Привет, мир. Twin Mirror. Стоит звук.
The skies are finally clearing up after a light rainfall most of the afternoon. The weather's approaching 49 degrees, so we've got a brisk West Virginia evening ahead of us. Wrap up tight and settle in, folks. This is 104.3 WVCK, the Basswood Sound. And I'm your host, Carrie Hammond. Coming up after a short break, mental health expert Dr. Will will discuss the recent opioid epidemic that's been affecting
Change my clothes and wash my does the well go down that low? Let me breathe and I'll let you go. I look down in disbelief. I felt the ground for something. Let the radio station. I'm playing wrong in my ear. You keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive. You keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive.
Time to kill before the funeral. Might as well spend it here.
До похорон еще долго. Так, и чё? Чё мы тут вышли? А, видимо, сюда.
This place was always one for decisions. Somewhere for things to fall apart. Welcome back to Basswood, Sam.
Не понял. Надо было сделать, нет?
Welcome back to Basswood, Sam.
Нет?
I came up here every chance I could. One of the all-time great views. Really makes a small town look big.
Ты кладбище, шахта, речка, сам город, видимо. А, можно посмотреть.
I remember spending entire summers on the banks fishing with Nick. My hometown. It felt more imposing in my nightmares. Strange to think of Basswood without its mine. I'm not sure Nick would even want me at his funeral, given how I left things.
Так, ну что, все тут?
You'd think the massive cliff face would be a giveaway.
Так, мы под дедуктив, да? Вроде как. Ящик для еды.
A lot of people were upset when it closed, but not upset enough to fix it.
Дикие животные. Правила охоты.
Some of these species are endangered. She wrote an article about it. Hunting is another tradition I could never get behind. Just don't see the appeal. These trails were great to walk if you wanted to feel truly alone. A lot of people were upset when it closed, but not upset enough to fix it. I left a sandwich in it for a whole week once. Dad never let me forget it.
Ладно, пойдем сюда.
I used to love looking at Basswood from up here. Helped give me perspective. Until that day.
Не понял.
Why can't the real world be as clear and peaceful as my own mind? Even if it does mean nothing stays hidden in here. Not even me.
Это воспоминания, да?
I've been meaning to ask you something. Don't freak out. Would you be my little girl's godfather? I wouldn't trust anyone else with this.
And yet I stopped taking his calls. He even called once the day before he died. I'll never know what he wanted to talk to me about.
This is Anna. She works freelance. Does a lot of the human interest pieces.
What can I say? I'm interested in humans and their pieces. What do you like to write?
I gotta run to a review with Walt. You two feel free to chit-chat. And Sam, be nice.
I had never met someone so interested in others, even in me.
The story is important. You know I think that. It's just... people around here have short tempers and long memories. Be careful. Sam, are you even listening to me?
I heard you, Anna. But no, I wasn't listening. Come on, Anna, look at this.
What is it? Someone skinny dipping?
Anna, you really need to see this.
I can't even see. Something's blocking it. Sam, what are you doing?
I'm trying to be romantic.
What? Wait. Please don't tell me you're proposing.
I'm down on one knee, a ring. What else would I be doing? You look like I just ran over your grandma. Okay, the silence is really starting to scare me now. Anna, please say something.
Sam, put that away. Come on. I don't want a ring. I don't need a ring. You should know that. We've discussed it before.
We weren't happy. She was the one brave enough to face that. Lost in my head again. How much time did I miss?
Алло, шпили. Чё, как? Упасть нельзя, ясно. Нормально.
I missed the funeral. Maybe it's for the best.
А
On the
я
bright
тут
side, Nick's not alive for me to let him down again.
детектив расследую.
There seems to be something here.
Не совсем понял, пока что расследовать. Кого убили?
I get the feeling it still sees some use, given how bad the coverage is up here.
Вроде все посмотрел.
Sorry, Walter, but I don't think I'll stick around. Given up already? Just a quick, depressing jaunt down memory lane and then you're gone? I know you think that the only thing waiting for you down there is hurt. Lots of hurt. And you might be right. But it's been 2 years. It's time to face the world. Time to adult. The good news, though, at least you don't have to do it alone.
Green Mirror.
Lost the signal. Some things never change.
Парковка Майнер. Heaven. Здорово, Астрон. Чё как? Я тут детектив играю.
Yuli, you actually came.
It's been a while. You've gotten taller.
Конечно, ставил. Ты что?
Can we talk?
We're talking right now.
Я 2 раза посмотрел.
It's cold.
So,
You left.
Joan, that's not fair.
You left.
Так, давай объясню, прости. Давай не будем об этом.
It was more complicated than just me and you.
It's always more important than me.
Joan, listen. After Anna and I broke up, I couldn't keep living with her. I didn't have anywhere else to stay. So I moved back in with my mom, who's over in Connecticut these days.
You didn't call, text, or anything. You were just gone.
Не, я не сегодня смотрел.
I don't know what to say to
Я
that.
просто
You're right.
некогда было. Хотел написать, но что-то уже забыл.
I wasn't in a state where I
После
could reach
работы.
out to anyone. I'm still not. If Nick hadn't died, I never would have come back.
Thanks for being honest. You're always at least honest.
Ну, вроде должна быть интересной. Детектив.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about what happened to Dad. It doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have just crashed. He drove like a grandma, you know that. It's wrong. I don't buy it.
I'm just in town for the funeral, Joan. I'm not a PI or a cop.
You're the closest thing I can talk to. Will you just look into it, Muley? Please?
She wants her father's death to mean something. But where does that lead? What if it leads to the truth? That could change everything. An hour ago, you wanted to run away. Now you want to start another investigation? A few questions won't hurt anyone. Just tonight. To reassure her. And myself. This is a wake. If you poke around, people may end up poking back. Okay, whatever you do, at least leave the kid out of it. It would be cruel to lead her on. Friends don't lie to each other, even if it means disappointing her again. It's your call.
Да, подумаешь, на поминках пораспрашиваю, ничего страшного. Так а как мне выбрать? Не обнадеживать ее или пообещать помочь? М. Давай поможем.
Okay, I'll see what I can see and all that. Gumshoe it up.
You will?
Все, я обещать
You make some
помочь
good
уже.
points. It doesn't fit. I hate when things don't fit.
Yeah, me too. I might just be, I don't know, crazy or something, but
You want to know for sure. I get it.
thanks, Muley. I
Слоник.
should go in before my mom misses me. You better get in there too. Can't hide in your car all night.
Who says I'm hiding out here?
I do. See you inside.
Почему слоник? И почему она села за руль? А если полицейский подошел, а она за рулем сидит? Почему она в бар пошла? И явно там лет 12, не знаю, 15. Pac-Man. Ну, графоний неплохой, да. Ну, пошли.
Might as well talk to Walter. I'll have to sooner
Так,
or
левый
later.
шип, чтобы ускорить шаг. О, это нужно. С напором только. Слышь,
Yes, the cat food is under the sink. Yes, yes, it is, Mother. Trust me. Oh, Samuel is here. I'll call you back. Samuel Higgs, as I live and breathe. Has it really been over 2 years? Regardless, I'm so glad you finally made it. It's good to see you. What kept you?
A trip down memory lane. I missed the funeral, but I made it to Nick's wake.
You have to bring it in for a hug.
О, может, не надо?
Basswood back in town requirement. So good to see you. Even if I wish the circumstances were different. In times like these, we need the comforting touch of others. At least I do.
Не надо!
Also, have you spoken to Anna lately?
No, why?
No reason.
Пока я читал, он меня обнимал.
If you get
Фу.
the chance, we should catch up. We should really catch up. I'll see you inside.
Ну ладно.
That smile she had when I gave it to her. She could barely get on it back then.
Ну, смотреть.
I'm not ready for this.
Да ладно, пошли уже. Чё.
Here we go.
А, это, походу, не бар, это закусочная.
Samuel Higgs, big shot investigative reporter.
Didn't think you'd ever be back in here.
I'd gladly slash your tires, but that mean you couldn't leave town. And you are leaving town right after this, right? 'Cause if you aren't, well, Nick's memory only goes so far. That's what I thought.
Come on, it ain't worth it. Making friends already, I see.
Declan, been a while.
Hey, careful. I'd rather not be working tonight. And you always seem to angry up everyone's blood.
I'm only here to pay my respects to Nick. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. Shame that. You watch yourself.
I think it's time I go put up a photo at the memorial board. That's what people do, right? That's where Nick and I sat every time he dragged me out for drinks after work.
Sammy! Oh, it's been ages.
Tara?
Oh, me? I've had this stomach thing lately, always churning. And this thing with Nick, his car went up like a Sunday ham. He burned alive, you know. Have you met Hugh? He took over the old pharmacy just after you left.
No.
The infamous Sam. I've read that article you wrote on the mine. You must have put in a lot of legwork on that.
It took reading thousands of public records, but a pattern emerged of willful negligence.
You are a bulldog. A dangerous man to anyone using power to exploit others.
That's nice of you to say.
Now, don't hesitate to drop by the pharmacy sometime.
Oh, and Sam, you...
But for now, I have a feeling you're not here for us.
Oh, right. Don't be a stranger, Sam.
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce. But anyone can see she's taking his death hard.
Это явно было убийство.
Kathy,
Sam, you actually came.
I know you two haven't been together for a long time, but I'm still sorry.
We hadn't been close in years, but he was my daughter's father. I'll miss him. Joan was really hurt when you left town. Nick and I were never close after the breakup, and Joan's never had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe don't break her heart this time when you leave town. All right?
Your daughter thinks Nick's crash doesn't make sense.
She's a little girl who lost her father. She's confused right now. Don't you go encouraging her, or worse, putting those thoughts in her head. I frankly thought you knew better.
Do you think she has a point?
I think you should stay away from her.
Поздняк. Я ей уже подкинул идею.
You're a lot like Pac-Man, Sam.
I consume everything in my path?
You find every last bite. The mine closing wasn't your fault. Your investigation just hurried things up. You probably saved some lives, you know.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Muley.
You piece of
Language.
Is that a wedding ring?
I didn't know you were thinking about marriage.
Oh, it's just... It feels like the right thing to do.
Dad, what's the point of getting married?
Well, it's just one of those things people do, Bug. Here, you can play.
Someone has to show you grown-ups. Video games are the realm of the young.
Have you talked to Anna about this?
That's kind of the point. I'll talk to her about it when I show her the ring.
If you say so. Hey, just remember I'm here, right? If you need anything. Anything but my arcade secrets. Those I'll take to the grave.
Sorry we lost touch. Sorry I lost touch. Rest up, big guy. This photo always looked weird. Nick could never keep a straight face. He was more her best friend than a dad. I wonder who took that picture. Happier times. Bug was so small back then. We drove straight to the sea after work on a Friday. Hell of a weekend. Those two were a great team. Look at us.
Samuel, guess I lost the bet.
Bet?
Yeah, that bet you'd never come back to Basswood? Not after you went careening out of town like a bat out of hell the instant that article broke bad.
That wasn't the reason I left town.
Oh, you think it was that girl of yours? You left because the town hated your guts.
What are you even doing here, Dennis? You and Nick become friends or something?
Nope. He thought I was a drunk, which I am. And I thought he was a hack, which he was.
This coming from the IT guy. Didn't know resetting passwords could give you a journalism degree.
It can. But it does give me less patience for people who sling mud my way. Relax. I'm just playing. At least tell me how you been.
Really good. I'm thinking of going back to school. Go for another master's.
So you don't have a clue what to do with yourself. Anyway, cheers to Nick. A man that, unlike us, people actually liked. Speaking of which...
As time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part, how little you know of the grief and woe in my poor aching heart. 'Tis but I suffer for your sake. Believe me, dear, that's true. I wish that you were staying here.
Где эти записи смотреть? Ну ладно, пошли подойдем.
Has it really been 2 years since I saw her? She hasn't changed a bit. Anna?
Sam! I've missed you. Why did it
Да
take
ты
so long for
что?
you to darken my doorstep?
I won't lie, it really hurt coming back. I stopped by Lookout Point on the way here.
Sam, why'd you do that to yourself?
A desire to open old wounds. The old-timers gave me hell when I came in, too.
People around here have short tempers,
And long memories.
but most of them mean well. Sam, the mine was gonna close anyways. Maybe in a year or 2, 5, if the Lord has a sense of humor. It was gonna run dry or have an even bigger disaster. It wasn't your fault.
I wanted to help. I was trying to make things better.
You always do. Try, at least. When my father lost his legs, nobody knew the mine wasn't following regulations. You were the only one who started asking questions. Whenever people talk about you, he always says, you did the right thing.
Yeah, well, your dad's Joe. He's an oak. Unmoving and annoyingly supportive.
It wasn't just him. Nick thought your piece was great. He was actually jealous. He always wanted to write something that shook the pillars of heaven, as he used to put it. You know, Nick and I had moved in together. Started to get serious. But I think it's only now I realize how much I cared for him.
You and Nick started going out? When did this happen?
A few months ago. He never told you? He asked me to let him be the one to say something. You two had been so close.
He probably tried. I hadn't been answering his calls.
Ah. That's the worst part, right? Anything broken just stays broken now. But this was all nice. The funeral, the wake. Walter did a good job. But it all just makes me feel heavy. It makes my heart hurt. Like Nick's memory has been laid on top of me and I'm still carrying him.
Nick's death. Do you know if he had any enemies? Working on anything dangerous? Whew. Now, this is a real can of worms.
This is a wake.
I know that.
Do you? This isn't the time to be digging and pushing. You always do this. You always... I get it. I just... You're still you, huh? You'll always still be you, Sam. I hope you never change, but I can't handle this right now. I'm gonna go home. I hate that his stuff is all over my house. Then drink and cry all night. You do what you need to do. See you around.
Да вали. Замуж не захотел, а к брату побежала. Ясно все.
Come, have a round with me.
I need a drink or two. Or 3. And then I'll go.
That's what crooked pharmacists want you to believe. That amount is damaging in the long term.
There was no love lost between Kathy and Nick since their divorce. But anyone can see she's taking his death hard. Pretty courageous of him to try his luck in Basswood, given the state of things. Nick and I spent so much money on this machine. Can't believe this whole thing's still working.
Daddy, 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 open your eyes and wake up. The kids and I've been busy, and we got a little something for you that's gonna make you smile all day. Daddy, 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 daddy. But when the lights are out, it's time for me to show you my love. And I've got a feeling you've been pleased. So, daddy, 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 sit yourself down. Now you should know how.
Что-то не срабатывает.
Anna used to play it almost every night. She stopped after her father's accident. Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else. Bess always had a soft spot for Nick. I think she liked his work ethic.
Цветочки.
Should I have brought flowers? Do people expect me to?
Поговорить с... Кто это?
Mr. Hicks, good to see you. My condolences for your friend.
Бабуля.
Coming back in town must not have been easy. Officer Stevenson was telling me about your little welcoming committee.
It's all right. Declan saved the day.
We just don't want any troubles here. Not from you, not from anyone.
Don't worry, I won't stay in town long enough for that. One quick thing. Nick's death. Are you sure it was an accident?
Are we sure? What are you trying to say?
Now, Sam, I know you're a bird dog at heart and a bird dog hunts. But listen, Nick's death was an accident. Don't go riling people up. Don't you think you've done that enough to the nice folks around here?
I guess so. Enjoy your evening.
Does he really think?
You know Sam, he likes to prod and poke, chasing shadows that aren't even there.
Кем тут еще поболтать?
Closed.
I can't believe you showed up.
I've never known Tara to not take over a conversation.
So tragic what happened to Nick. The details are horrible. They think he didn't die on impact. Instead, he roasted to death. Not enough to damage the bones, but you know, not a pretty sight. Unless you're into that kind of thing, of course. I didn't mean to be rude, Sam.
It's all right, Tara. I don't like the sight of dead, burned people.
Oh, thank God. I wouldn't want to be rude on a day like this. Poor Sam. Now that Nick is gone, everyone in town hates you. I mean, I don't. Why would I? It's not my job you destroyed. You're not the cause of all my problems. I mean, that's what you did for pretty much all of Basswood, but not to me. So, I don't hate you.
Thanks for the confidence booster, Tara. I'll see you around.
Ну, ничего стоящего.
I didn't know you read dating.
Давай с тобой поболтаем.
He's owned this bar for almost a decade and still can't afford another employee.
Then you should
It does
read
look
Great
tempting.
Expectations. It's a masterpiece, plain and simple.
So, Nick wasn't drunk, and me? I was drunk as a skunk.
Ah, Samuel, join us. We were just sharing stories about dear Nicholas. And let me get your next round. Maybe Ethan has a suggestion for a worthy spirit?
Oh, spirits? Oh, no. Friends drink beer.
Yes, I suppose that's fitting. To dear Nicholas.
Yeah, he'd been coming in a lot lately. Sat right there. With a bad dad joke or two.
With friends, I guess? Maybe Anna.
Well, by himself with his laptop as his date.
He never drank alone.
You two were close, though, right? Tell me about the man outside the bar.
He had a terrible memory. Couldn't remember names, dates, passwords. Kept his notes squirreled around him like a hoard.
He was always good with Joan, though Kathy did the heavy lifting. Took her to school, fed her, clothed her, and Nick would pick her up. Play dad for a few hours. Mostly she'd just sit in the office drawing. He'd drop her back off with her mom after dinner.
Greater men have done far less by their daughters. The friend of man, the friend of truth, the friend of age, and guide of youth. Few hearts like his with virtue warmed, few hearts with knowledge so informed. If there's another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of this.
Burns. That from your eulogy?
You know Robert Burns? And no, just something I keep on hand for toasts.
Oh, it's a good choice. And sorry about that, Sam. I wasn't trying to bring you down.
Everyone liked him. I think even Dennis liked him somewhat.
He always had a lot of friends. A few who couldn't make it sent flowers.
How's the family taking it?
Joan and Kathy
Ну,
seem
Пиксель, привет.
Kathy has a lot to deal with.
Давно не видел.
Now more than ever. And who could prepare for losing a parent? Not a
Чё,
soul.
как?
Not a single soul.
Блин, пропустил. Чё он говорил?
It always seemed so easy for him. Every day he'd show up, smile, no matter what.
Of the qualities in a good man, that one deserves to be at the top.
Not a quality I possess.
This isn't a place for self-pity. This is a place for dour reflection.
Yes. And drinking.
Спасибо
To
тебе.
Nick, he was my
Праздниками.
friend. He will be missed, but not forgotten.
Here, here.
Put that down! Kathy, what's your underage child doing drinking? You have no control over her? Ethan could lose
I
his
wasn't
license.
doing anything. Don't touch me. Joan. Leave me alone. Ugh, you guys are all so stupid.
You do not talk to people that
Козлины
way.
все.
I'm sorry, everyone. She's just so...
Чё она извиняется? Тут Обстер, блин, я её чуть руку там не вывихнул.
That was quite heavy.
На него надо подать жалобу.
One doesn't take it to
Его
heart.
уволили нахрен. Избиение детей.
Declan sure came at her with both barrels. Joan's tough, though. She'll be okay.
Я не отмечал на него. Вот. Я ничего не отмечаю.
What a night! I'd say that went well. Ish. You got to chat with everyone you've been avoiding. Even if Joan got inside your head with her whole dad mystery death thing. Just shut up. Coming back to Basswood was your idea. You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Deep down, you've been looking for a reason to come back. It's gonna be one of those long nights inside your head, huh?
Да, его как желе. Халатики. Ну, что-то было.
Stop pushing me. Stop always poking at me. You just won't quit. I'm trying to help. And Helpful tip number 602. Beer doesn't solve any of this. You're back out in the world. Feeling emotions, fitting in, that's progress. Fuck the world. Pointless
Праздники
talking and more talking, and no one
в
says what
детстве
they
и
mean. Go
весело,
away.
а потом уже
Let me
как-то,
enjoy being miserable.
чем взрослее,
Just try
чем
and make
старее,
sure you don't do
тем уже эти
anything
праздники как-то...
stupid. No promises.
Да, спасибо, что заходила.
Checkout was at 9. Sir, we need the room.
Пошли вон
Stay
отсюда!
out.
You have 10 minutes before we charge you for another day.
Okay, okay.
Выматывайтесь из номера.
Monsters have a checkout at 9.
Сейчас. Ой, как башка-то трещит.
My head. Pills plus drinking. That was not my best idea. Did I black out or what? Ugh, I can't think straight. I need some water on my face. Clear it up. Oh, my head. How many of these did I take? Late for checkout. They can wait a bit more. Didn't even get under the covers. Glad I even made it to the bed. God, what a headache. Feel like a small jackhammer in my left temple.
Может, пивко осталось?
Please let there be water.
Минералочки. О, пивко.
No, no more beer. I need water.
Неки.
No, no food. I'll just throw it all up.
А вон вода.
Is that?
Я на пиво похоже
No,
больше.
that's not water. That is vodka,
Это
the opposite of water.
гадость какая. Здесь нет больше ничего.
No water, of course.
Минералочки бы.
Just tossed on the floor. My mother would be proud. At least it won't take me long to get my things.
Как встретили Новый год?
Ничего не помню. Значит, хорошо.
I was at least hoping I'd look better than I feel.
Рубашка. Так, нет. Сначала умоемся, а потом заметим якобы рубашку в крови.
I already feel more human. Now, where did I put my shirt?
Что-то назревает. Сейчас мы это увидим.
That's not good. That's... Where did I get this? What did I do?
Что было? Какого хрена? Раскол разума. Бежим!
Sam, be more careful.
Бежим! Может отбежать?
Focus.
Сторона. Глубокий вдох. А, блин, что заново? Опасно. Сзади. Я убийца. Тюрьма. Ты убийца. Сдаться. Тюрьма, казнь. Рано. Ой-ой-ой-ой, блин.
Find the way to calm down.
Найти способ успокоиться. Еще бы он резко уворачиваться мог. Это ватное все. Еще и все колбасится. А, да куда ты? Он, оказывается, сам бежит.
Sam, focus. You have to find the right door. You need to
Найти
steady
нужную
yourself.
дверь. Бывай я сюда. Опасно. Короче, пока я не найду дверь, видимо, нужную, я отсюда не свалю. Давай сюда.
Sam, focus. You have to find the right door. You need to steady yourself.
Ну, что-то краснеет всё. Может, сюда? Теперь там. Мысли не понял. Забаним. А, у кого-то?
Sam, focus. You have to find the right door.
Или это у меня
You
хотел
need to
подарить?
steady yourself.
А. В смысле, а кому ты? Пиксель? А, меня догнали.
Samuel, focus. Focus on anything other than the fear.
Странно. Может, она тебя это... ЧС кинула? Походу, ты у нее в ЧС. А, ну или у нее в настройках стоит не принимать подарки, типа.
You're doing good. Really good. You're almost there.
Странные делишки. Так, у нас тут 3. Что выберем? Лево, право, посередине. 1, 2, 3. Зеркало.
Focus. Choose. Act. Deliberately.
Здесь он какой-то испуганный. Здесь в недоумении. Здесь. Понятно. Так, наверное, давай-ка сюда. Здесь какой-то он злой, что ли? Но у нее, скорее всего, выключено либо в настройках, что ей никто подарить не может. Либо она тебя в ЧС кинула. Не, ну это, по-моему, не работает в ЧС. Скорее всего, в настройках закрыто.
If I run, you face what happened. Answers.
Если убегу, не остановлюсь.
Hide.
Прятаться. Ничего не было. Жить дальше. Нет, не вариант. Это тоже не вариант, скорее всего. Короче, уехать как можно быстрее. Не-не-не. Если убегу, не остановлюсь. Звоню правде в глаза. Ответы. Конечно же.
Yes, answers. Good or bad, I need answers.
Надо выяснить, что произошло.
I know what you're thinking. Stop thinking that. Pills and alcohol? You're lucky enough you didn't wake up dead. I need to know what happened last night. The last place I remember is the bar, so I'll start there. The squeaky nail gets hammered down. Maybe don't play lone wolf detective. I'm gonna take it slow and be cautious, don't worry. Yeah, telling people not to worry always works. I can't just run from whatever this is. So either help me or get out of my head. It's your life, Sam. I just live here. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Do you really think breaking and entering is a good idea? Used Ethan's hidden spare key, no breaking involved. I don't know if he'll see it that way. I could wait for the bar to open, or I could look for answers. I picked the latter.
Так, ищем ответы.
I remember seeing this before. A long time ago.
Стеклянная витрина.
Ethan and his parents. And I'm guessing that's his sister. He always thought they'd run the bar together.
Ну, пост охраны, чё? Как посмотреть? Бумаги.
I doubt Ethan's account somehow led to the blood on my shirt.
Вещи Итана.
Whoa. What happened here last night? First, look around, figure out what happened. I ended up drinking alone. So who brought that second glass?
Пол разбросан. Бутылки. Это там было.
These were sent scattering. Someone thrown into them? Ripped. Did this happen yesterday, or was it always like that? It might have fallen off the table. Seems some people got rowdy last night. What knocked this clock off the pillar?
Тут явно вчера повеселился.
Oh. Did I do this? Sorry, Nick. It seems there was a fight. That could explain the blood on my shirt. Does it mean that I was involved? I won't be able to find out without more evidence.
Здесь вроде все. Пойдем посмотрим на камеры. Что там было? А, нельзя? Я думал, мы сейчас пойдем посмотрим по камерам, что случилось.
Joel's hat. Maybe we ended up having it out after all. The flowers are ruined. Looks like they were knocked over, then stepped on. DG. Dennis's initials. Was he involved in whatever happened? Wouldn't surprise me. The pot was completely shattered. Looked like it might have been kicked.
Чья-то кровь.
Could be the same blood that was on my shirt.
Ну сейчас мы можем вернуться. Не можем. Значит, что-то еще. Что тут еще можно посмотреть?
The flowers are ruined. Looks like they were knocked over, then stepped on.
Цветы, разбитая ваза, кровь. Ничего больше нет. Вот еще что-то.
They might have fallen off the table. Seems some people got rowdy last night.
Появилась.
Definitely not the wake Nick would have wished for. Definitely not the wake Nick would have wished for. What a mess. Hope this wasn't me. Hugh's business card. Wonder why it's here. I think I've seen enough to put together the pieces of what happened last night. Just gotta think it through.
Как выйти-то?
At least I can always count on this place to make sense. now to work out what happened while I was blacked out last night. I just need to think it through logically, throw out impossibilities. Until only the truth is left. I know I got into a fight, but it could have played out in many different ways. I have to think it through, find out what really happened.
Так, где все началось?
My memory ends here, but there's two glasses. Who was here with me? I was drinking on my own, and someone approached me. I can't remember who it was, but I know we got into a fight. Obviously.
А может, не мы дрались? Может, мы уже ушли?
If I figure out how the fight went, I should figure out who my assailant was.
Ломки или ко входу? Наверное, к колонке.
Something hit the pillar with enough force to make the clock fall. A person thrown into the pillar would do it.
С головы. Я не знаю, что там играет. Ну-ка, если ко входу.
Broken glass, damaged seat. It's possible the fight made its way over here.
На сцене, скорее всего.
Looks like not even the memorial board was spared by the brawl. That could be it, but I still have to figure out who was sitting next to me.
Деннис, браслет, ее визитка, Жуэль, кепка. Все трое. Так, браслет на этом валялся. Кепка.
The pharmacist's business card. Hope I didn't start picking on the elderly.
Нет. Так, а если
That's
браслет?
Dennis's. I definitely wanted to shut him up last night.
Так, здесь надо поменять.
Something hit the pillar with enough force to make the clock fall. The person thrown into the pillar would do it. Joel's cap. Maybe he provoked me again after I'd had a few?
Кепка вряд ли. Браслет, то, что там сорванный был. Давай попробуем это.
That's Dennis's. I definitely wanted to shut him up last night. I have the complete picture now.
Не уверен, но давай попробуем так.
You know, the man who talks to himself has an idiot for an audience.
Fuck off, Dennis.
I see why you have so many friends left in town.
Yeah, you would know about that.
At least my best friend never slept with my ex. Hey, who do you blame more, huh? The backstabbing asshole or the bitch who...
You don't talk about Anna or Nick that way.
You think you know who Nick was? Mr. Perfect? Give me a break. You have no idea. No one in this town does.
What are you talking about?
I'll show you. But not here. Meet me later at the...
Ethan is coming back in through the front. At least I think it's him. You think it's him? I can't actually tell if you can't tell. What I know for sure is if it's Ethan, he may not be happy to find you here. So I strongly suggest you leave. And if you don't, well, I don't have time to lose explaining myself to Ethan.
Центр Басвуда.
Of course. I come back on the town's Miners' Day celebration. Well, you always did have great timing. No time to dwell on that. Focus. You tried Dennis's cell phone. No answer. So what now? Ask around, see if anyone's seen Dennis today. Maybe see if anything jogs my memory. I've heard worse plans. Basswood's small. If Dennis came through Main Street, someone saw him.
Now, I can't just have you hanging around here all day like a ghost.
It's a free country.
Hey, don't give me that. People have been complaining, so don't let me see you here again.
You fascist.
What you just... I'm just doing my job. It's nothing personal.
Looks like you're not the only one who started off on the wrong foot today.
Sorry you had to see that. Some people you just can't reason with. Speaking of, you're still in town.
I'll be leaving as soon as I can. Probably.
I don't like that probably. I can't tell you to move along, but I suggest it strongly.
Trust me, I get it.
You were only in one fight last night because I stopped most of the others. Sam, I like you, but you're a hornet's nest.
That person you were talking to?
Who's that?
A lost soul. Vagrancy isn't a crime, but loitering and trespassing are. I try to be understanding, polite, but it's hard when no one is polite back. People call you pig or fascist just for doing your job. Then they go and do things like deface the whole town. And I'm the asshole? It could get under your skin. Where's you at day after day? It grinds you down. It makes you feel like you've been lifting logs all day. Sorry about that. I went off for a spell. Just remember, this town don't always respect the things you do.
Trust me, I know. You haven't seen Dennis today, have you?
Why are you looking for him?
I wanted to apologize for last night.
I'd just stay out of his way for a day or two. I heard you messed up Dennis pretty good last night. I'm not judging. His head's full of smoke. Takes a while to clear it out.
I don't want to keep you, officer. Have a good day.
Keep your nose clean.
A perfect toy for a kid who only had imaginary friends.
Don't you worry.
Thank God.
You know, you better act fast.
I mean, why would I?
I rolled up my sleeves and I got to work.
I mean, that's what you did for pretty much all of Basswood.
You may have to get used to it.
I was.
I'm just a small...
Yo, get out the way.
Tschö.
You move. I'm the one coming in.
Fuck you.
That's enough.
Быдло.
Kathy and Hugh were both at the wake. I should talk to them. Hiking is an activity best done alone on a Sunday afternoon. Bug made that for Mother's Day years ago, and Kathy still keeps it with her. Still here after all these years. She followed Nick to Basswood, but never liked it. He looks like those doctors you see on commercials.
Ah, Samuel. Sorry about Richard. He's always a little on edge. I'm surprised to see you up and about after the night you had. Honestly. I was afraid you'd end up like your friend. You were quite inebriated.
Honestly, I don't remember last night. You saw me blackout drunk. Not my finest hour.
I would say not. After your barroom brawl. I did my best to prevent you from following that other man outside. And I tried to get you to hand over your keys. But you would have none of it.
Sorry about that. The man I had a fight with, Dennis. Have you seen him today?
Seen him? No. No, can't say I have.
Thanks anyways.
That article you wrote, it's done this town a lot of good.
How do you figure?
The mine was a band-aid on a torn artery. Sometimes, doing what is unpopular is still the moral choice.
You probably believe that.
I'd offer you something for that hangover, but I find in some cases, time is the best medicine.
Ага, давай, Острон.
My mom used to say that all the time. Now she only says it a lot.
Sounds like a wise woman. Listen to her advice. Now you have a good one, young man. Was there anything else you needed, by the way?
I have to ask, why move here, of all places? You know, here, Basswood. A blink and you miss this town. People move out of Basswood, not in.
The town I used to work in had 100 other pharmacies in it. Oh, you'd make sales, but you don't get to know anyone, ever. Plus, if I'm being honest, I always imagined I'd retire in a small mountain town. Samuel, I saw you talking to Walter. Can you ask him something from me?
What do you want from him?
I was hoping the Basswood jungle could run a piece about me. You see, some of the older folks see me as an outsider still.
Can't say I'm surprised. I'll think about it.
I really appreciated the chat, but I'm afraid it's time I get back to work. Do come see me again.
Oh, Sam, you here to pick up something for your, condition?
I have a condition?
Yeah, the one that makes you the way you're always so... you. It's all right, of course. I won't tell anyone. I think I might actually have leaky gut. It's where your intestine starts to dissolve, and your half-digested food starts to leak out into your blood. I'm trying to find something for it, and if it doesn't help, can't hurt. I'm glad someone took over this old drugstore. Can you imagine? This town without a pharmacy would be like, well,
Blah, blah,
me with
blah.
a hole in my gut. I'll just check the internet when I get home.
Еще не
It'll
закончил.
tell me what to get.
It was nice talking to you, Tara.
Oh, yes. Always.
Блин, бесполезно, что там поболтала.
Not uncommon for miners to end up in those once they get black lungs. Reminds me of a girl I met. She could only eat chips when she
Чипсы,
had stomach
мусорная
aches.
еда. Так, ну здесь ничего нету.
She pulls the look off a lot better than I could.
Hey, don't remember seeing you in town before. Passing by?
I suppose. I grew up here. Been gone for a couple of years. I'm not staying long.
Wait, you managed to leave and still came back? You'd never see me again if I left.
Why don't you then?
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna take my millions of dollars and make a run for it. I can barely get by, like everyone else here. Too poor to stay, too poor to leave.
Ставить не на жизнь, не на переезд. Просто собираешь манатки и все, и валишь. Остальное это все отмазки.
Somehow, I don't think the town's recent history will be included. Fine with me.
Remember when this whole celebration used to be twice as big? Back when this town wasn't just a dead horse we all keep kicking. Why do we even bother with this old place? Feels like a ghost town sometimes, except the ghosts haven't bothered leaving. Now I've gone and made a bit of a mess. Oh, Sam, is that you? Dear, please, could you help an old doddering woman?
You are many things, but not doddering. Plotting, maybe.
Sam, you shouldn't say such things, even if they're true.
Okay, Muley, for 2 points. What is the name of the pink pony on the animated cartoon show Prancers? The super cool one I was telling you about the other day? You know, my favorite?
Polly. Polly Pony?
No, that's her sister. She's totally different.
Then what is her name?
I'm not telling. What if the card comes up again?
You really like to win, huh, Bug?
All right, coffee for you and hot chocolate for the young... Is that a comic about monsters?
It's about Tardigrade Man. He can survive almost anything. His only weakness is his own emotions. He's based on the microscopic tardigrades. It has 8 legs and can survive star radiation.
Huh. Well, it doesn't seem like the kind of thing a young woman should be reading.
She says she's gonna be an entomologist. What can you do?
I am going to be an entomologist. I'm going to study every bug, especially the crawlies. But tardigrade isn't a bug. It's a microanimal.
Well, good for you. Sounds like just what a young woman like you should be reading.
So, can we play this again tomorrow, maybe?
We can play as often as you want.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Pinky swear? If you break those, you go to hell.
I don't think you're supposed to be using that language.
You can't break this. No matter what.
You're real intense for a kid, you know that?
Say it!
I won't break the pinky swear, no matter what.
Thank you so much. You're always such a dear.
Say, Christina, have you...
Oh, Sam, it's been years. It really is so nice to see you again.
Yeah, likewise,
I
but...
wanted to come to the funeral yesterday, but just thinking about it, oh dear.
Now, I know you want to interrupt her because I want to interrupt her. So eyes on me, buddy. Happy thoughts, deep breaths. Yeah. Well, speaking of the...
Poor Joan, losing her father at such a young age. Oh, what a tragedy. I was trying to find one of those games she likes so much to cheer her up. Poor child only has Kathy now, and, well, far from me to criticize or anything, but these last few months, Kathy hasn't been...
Have you seen Dennis since yesterday?
Have you not learned to not interrupt people when they're talking, Sam?
Блин.
I don't have time for small talk today.
As rude as ever. I haven't seen Dennis. You have a nice day.
Да вас, блин, выслушаешь, потом... Хрен потом переспросишь. Ну, давай поболтаем.
The cost. Right, so the overhead would
You seem
be...
real engrossed.
Oh, I'm sorry, hun. Just balancing the books. Or trying to.
Do you still have Basswood's best coffee?
Ah, honey, you know we've never had that. That's over at the police station. Bess takes her coffee very seriously. Puts mine to shame. She pays out of pocket for real high-end stuff. I'd never make the margins work. Not that my margins have been cutting it lately. Anyway, the past is the past. I just accepted a big business opportunity, which makes tidying up my books in time extra important, even if it kills me.
I didn't think I'd see the day where you'd consider a franchise contract.
Ha! Only the day God calls for me. Have you met Hugh Kirkland already? The new pharmacist. He's helping me with a few improvements. Angel investing. Can you believe it?
I actually can't. What did he ask for in return?
Oh dear, I can't believe you're so cynical at your age. People in small towns do help each other, every now and again. That's not just something that happens on made-for-TV movies.
How you doing? You managed to keep the books balanced?
About as well balanced as a snake with 4 balls.
That sounds uncomfortable, at the very least.
Something my grandfather used to say. Still don't know what it means, but it works in almost any situation. It's just been a bit slow the last few years. All over town, really.
I know you'll still be here when the rest of the town is gone. You're too tough.
Maybe. Maybe. But you know us. We always make it through. For example, I thought we'd never have another Miners' Day, but here we are.
It feels strange being back here. I don't think I've been in your cafe in a while.
Almost 2.5 years. Anna kept coming in. You stopped.
You noticed that?
I could tell you 2 dears weren't gonna make it. It broke my heart.
Well, sounds like you knew before I did.
Gotta have one eye on the customer and one eye on the books. Not that I really want to keep an eye on the books, mind you. Say, hun, would you mind if I finish this?
Oh yeah, of course. Good luck with your book balancing.
Mm-hmm.
Not very inspired. That's a good one. Well, that's not spelled right. Not even close.
Hey, man. Thought I knew everyone, but I don't know you.
I used to be a regular a few years ago.
Oh, right. You're one of those who skipped town when the mine closed down.
You could say that, yes.
Town ain't changed much since then. Same old boring Basswood. I know most people hate that, but I don't. It's quiet here. It's nice.
So quiet, there's no rush hour, I guess.
Right?
Good to see someone finally knows how to take care of a plant. It's basic, yet so many people manage to mess it up. Glad to see Joan hasn't changed too much. Cowboy must have lost his keys. I need to? Different priorities, I guess. Christina, always bringing positivity. Miner's Day's been around forever. This is at least the 100th celebration. I don't imagine Walter had obituaries in mind when he became editor-in-chief. No luck so far, but I should keep digging around. Someone must have seen Dennis. Losing his legs seemed like the end of him, but he bounced back. Man, he's a rock.
Hey, Joe.
Joe.
Sam? You old bridge jumper, how you been? What's the calendar say?
2 years, Joe. It's been 2 years.
Too long. Heard you showed up yesterday. Boys give you trouble?
They might have given me a bit of a welcome back.
After the mine closed, well, it ain't easy to put food on the table. Don't let that weigh on you. No one else has lost their legs recently.
So, how have you been holding up?
Terribly. But Anna keeps me young. How'd you ever let her get away?
You probably know better than me.
I heard all about it. Still, I always liked you. Straight shooters are a rare breed these days. I like a man that can look me in the eye and say what he means.
I noticed you weren't at the bar last night.
Went home after the service. Being crippled takes it out of you. Normally, I'd be rotting away in my recliner, but I like to come out, see the decorations. Pay my respects to old Iron here. This town's been a mining town before I was born, and it'll be one after I die. It's good to get out and celebrate your roots every now and then.
I don't have the same perspective on Miners' Day that other people have.
No, I suppose you wouldn't.
You haven't seen Dennis today, have you?
I wish. Just about the only guy I could talk hockey with.
Not football?
I want to talk football. I can just grab anybody on the street. Dennis actually enjoys a man's sport. But no, I haven't seen him.
I have places I need to be, but it's good to see you.
Just promise you won't wait 2 years before saying boo again.
I'll do my best. Joe has no idea where Dennis went. Someone must have seen him after the fight. Drowned 6 men. Basswood's mining started with an accident. Fitting. Never forget, huh? Hey, can I ask you something?
Hello, young man. Of course you can ask. No promise answering.
Why do you bother cleaning the memorial?
Well, everything has to look its best for today. Especially the miner. I really didn't think it was going to happen this year. Good thing Mr. Kirkland decided to help out. And besides, that way people can remember with pride we used to be rednecks.
That matters to you?
It should matter to every West Virginian.
And why do you think it should matter so much?
How many West Virginians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
This doesn't sound like a history lesson.
You answer my question, I'll answer yours. So, how many West Virginians?
Two. One to hold the light bulb, the other to rotate the planet.
Not bad. The one I have in store is 3.
Это
One to
у меня
replace
было
the
3.
light bulb, 2 to complain about how the old one was better.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, just not the kind of funny you laugh at. So, you still want to hear the story?
I'm all ears.
This fella here is a reminder of when coal miners stood together. You see, back 100 years ago, you'd be safer in the trenches than down in the mines. It didn't sit right with our boys. They demanded better conditions. Of course, the corporations, being what they are, refused and sent strike breakers.
The mine wars. Miners came out in force, Union men. Met the strike breakers over in Logan County.
That's right. 10,000 strong. And it all came to a head at Blair Mountain. The miners tied red bandanas around their necks for solidarity. Brotherhood. At least 100 men died in that battle. Blood spilled for what we have now.
I'm guessing you're fond of that story, huh? A lot of respect for rednecks.
Well, things were tough, but we were a united community back then. Anyway, I'll get back to it. Gonna give her a real spit shine. You take care now.
This is new. Domations. Now that's the Basswood I remember. Now doesn't seem like the best time to bother her.
Ничего не стоит, давай поболтаем.
Hey, Bug. What are you doing out here?
Hey, Muley. Waiting for my mom to get off her shift at the pharmacy. Drawing. I got a new journal after I left the old one somewhere. See?
Did you get home okay last night?
Yeah. I bike everywhere. It's not like anything scary bad happens in Basswood. At least not normally. I heard you asking about my dad last night.
Careful about listening to other people's conversations. Some find it rude.
And everyone should talk quieter.
That's what I always say. Ever consider being a reporter when you grow up?
Thought about it, but that's not what I want to do. Did you find out anything about my dad?
Not yet. Not really, at least.
Let me know if you find anything, please. I feel like I need something. It's just this town, you know? This place. It feels like I'm suffocating. I can't breathe. I can't think. I can't stand my mom. I don't like school. Well, except for science. And just when I imagine myself in the future, I just don't. I don't know. I don't see this place or these people. I'm somewhere else. Anywhere else. I know it's stupid, just...
Блин, так всех слушайте, я не найду этого.
It's not stupid. If you want, you can go anywhere in the world. Have adventures, fall in love. I mean, that's what I've been told anyway.
Gross. Okay, well, that other stuff sounds okay, though. Thanks for listening.
I got grown-up stuff I gotta do.
I've got kid stuff I gotta see about. So we're both busy. I'll be fine. Just waiting for my mom's shift to end.
Так, ладно, я понял.
Normally I'd be with my dad, but
Так, ну что, здесь я обошелся. Не?
At least the Basswood jungle is still standing. Anna's waiting for me at the coffee shop.
Я понял. Кафе ждет. Пойдем.
Betting there'll be a few more cups before she leaves. Some things never change.
Sam, I didn't think you'd actually show up.
I didn't think I would either. But hey, sometimes we surprise ourselves.
So, I hear you got in a fight after I left the wake?
I was so wasted at that point, it's all just a big, heavy blur.
Yeah. After saying I didn't want to drink, I went home and drank. Long night.
Yeah, sounds about right. We all deal with stress in our own ways. I apparently hit Dennis. Yeah, speaking of, you haven't seen him today, have you?
Why? Afraid your powerful blows laid him up?
So, what are you working on?
I'm working on an article on how nature does its best to reclaim the land after a strip mining operation. Why are you looking for Dennis? I can tell something has you spooked. I can always tell.
Go on, tell her. You could honestly use a non-imaginary person to confide in. She might slow me down, or try to involve the cops. She might do those things, yes, or she might be someone who you can trust, who can help.
Нет уж. Скроем.
I just want to apologize to him for what happened yesterday.
Well, he's probably working at the Basswood Jungle. He's there most weekends.
Thank you. I'll check that out.
We're not gonna have coffee? Okay, bye then.
Still gotta check the Basswood Jungle. Hopefully Dennis is working today. It's not worth it. No one works on a Sunday. Well, no one except me. Locked. I should check the back.
My. Look what we got here. Is that Sam Higgs? Trying to get back in the newspaper game? I thought you got the message last night. Of course, it was hard to tell, considering you let Declan do your talking for you.
Look, fellas.
You know, Basswood can be a dangerous place.
Well, so maybe consider just getting before something bad happened to you.
I'll leave when I'm good and ready.
Just make it sooner rather than later.
Declan's right down the street.
Watch yourself while you're in Basswood, because we'll be watching you.
Проваливайте, деревенщина. Basswood jungle.
Been a while. This place used to be my home, or at least felt like it. Where is Dennis? He should be in here.
А был ли? Может, и не был. Опачки.
Dennis. What happened? Who? Is that how I got blood on me? Did I? Do this, Sam. When you focus, you can think through any problem. Sam, no, don't think about that. Don't let it in.
Давай не будем убивать.
Sam, Dennis is a distraction. Keep going. You got this. Never forgive yourself. Why did you kill me? Don't give up, Sam. You almost have it. Why did you kill me? Why did you kill me? Sam. This is Dennis's office. There must be some clues around. Come on, Sam, keep it together. You can solve this. Figure this out before Dennis dies again and the panic overwhelms you. Chest wound. What kind of weapon did this? Blood all over the monitor. Not much to go on. I need something useful. The chair is pretty far away from the desk. But I don't think the chair is pretty far away from the desk. But I don't think that's important. Chest wound. What kind of weapon did this? Blood sprayed on the desk from the injury. But I need more to go on. Chest wound. What kind of weapon did this? Blood all over the monitor. Not much to go on. I need something useful. The chair is pretty far away from the desk. But I don't think that's important.
Что тут больше нет ничего?
Chest wound. What kind of weapon did this?
Мужского оружия, монитор, клавиатура. Yeah.
Gunshot. The bullet went clean through. The killer must have been close. Where did the bullet go?
Хули.
The blood got all over the wall here. The bullet stopped here. Small caliber like Dennis's gun. I need to find that gun. His gun is gone. He had it earlier. Where did it go? The shooter used Dennis's gun, but I didn't have it. Sam, stop it. Come back to reality. But you didn't do anything. Dennis was already dead when you arrived, can't you see? Dennis was shot, and you don't even own a gun. How could you have done it? All you did was move his body, which is how your shirt got stained. Think about it, Sam. Calm down and think. You're right. I can see it. I have the complete picture now. The blood on the shirt was Dennis's, but I didn't kill him. I found him dead. Blackout drunk, panicked. I stumbled to my car. Luckily, I ended up back at the hotel and not wrapped around a pole. Now, I know I didn't do it. The police, though, may not feel the same way. I need to search the area. See if I can find out why someone would murder Dennis. I need to find out why Dennis was killed. It may have something to do with Nick. Dennis's computer is still signed in. Seems like a good place to start. Emails between Nick and Dee. They're talking in codes. Nothing stated clearly. They didn't want to risk anyone learning of their meetings. Smart. Someone was watching. Whatever Nick was looking into seemed big, but he said it fizzled out. The puzzle comes together. Dennis was reading everyone's emails. He found out that Nick hadn't stopped his investigation like he'd told Walter. And that Nick was still talking to some informant. Then he decided to tell me. And now he's dead. I need to look through any notes Nick left in his office and check Walter's computer. They have to have something for me to go on. Nick must have left some notes behind somewhere. Walter also might have something on Nick's work. You didn't deserve this. No one deserves this. There's a lot of junk in here, but none of it is useful to me. Walter always treated us like family. Nick's computer is missing. Took it home to work or stolen. The only thing she cared about then was looking at bugs and drawing them. Weird. Nick was always more a fan of beer than working late. Nick, Anna, and me. I don't need everyone staring at me.
Блин. Надо было взять.
Valid question. Still not sure. They don't even work here anymore. Someone should really clean up this board. Nick's handwriting. Always paranoid about forgetting things. Joan used to keep this with her at all times, always observing and sketching and... what are those numbers? Joan used to keep this with her at all times, always observing and sketching and... what are those numbers?
Пароль.
There might be something around here that hints at Walter's password.
Пароль. По-моему, там на доске было что-то.
There might be something around here that hints at Walter's password.
А как выйти-то?
There might be something around here that hints at Walter's password.
Видимо, здесь найти надо.
Hopefully his password reminder isn't some esoteric book reference. Ugh. My heart's desire. It could mean a person, but also a place. Walter was never tech-savvy. He just uses words that mean something to him. There's a good chance there's a clue in his office. Walter had this article framed after he saw the boost in traffic the Haven got. Basswood is his blood and soul. Wouldn't surprise me if he said it as his password. A photo Walter took of his first desk on his first day of work. Nick inherited it. Just reminders. Nothing that could be used as a password. She used to be the office administrator ages ago. That was just after Anna came on. And we really were a small clan. He loves all his first editions, but Alice in Wonderland always came out on top. Wouldn't be surprised if that was his password. So strange how calm it is out there when, well, this happened.
Давай, Алису, попробуем.
That's not it. I have to keep looking.
Посмотрим.
And I'm in. Let's see what secrets you got in here, Walter. Mostly standard so far. By the book. I see why Walter wasn't worried. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Nick would never drive without his seatbelt on. And he always kept his window open. The car really burned, though that's very uncommon in most crashes. So, Walter got the police report from Bess. Nick was supposedly drunk at the wheel, which doesn't sound like him. And his seatbelt was off and his windows up, which both sound very wrong. Walter seemed to buy it, but I don't know if I do. I think it's time I check Nick's office. Hope he still leaves his notes out.
Блин, я думал, все просмотрим. И уходить. Так, что-то еще. А что тут еще? Нету больше ничего. Куда идти-то? Я все уже вроде посмотрел.
You didn't deserve this. No one deserves this. He loved all his first editions, but Alice in Wonderland always came out on top. That was just after Anna came on, and we really were a small clan. Walter had this article framed after he saw the boost in traffic the Haven got. Basswood is his blood and soul. Wouldn't surprise me if he set it as his password.
что дальше-то делать? Хм. Так, я приду. Так, что делать-то? Где-то факс или что? Пиликает. Непонятно.
There's a lot of junk in here, but none of it is useful to me.
Кстати, здесь вроде нету. Или это ноутбук к этому монитору подключал.
Walter always treated us like family.
Да, да. Блин, ничего нету больше. Постой. Хрен его знает, что еще делать. Все посмотрел. Так, ну-ка. Так, как открыть эту? О. Посмотреть стол Ника. Ну. Что я там еще не осмотрел? Дневник. Ника. Я же осматривал.
Nick's computer is missing. Took it home to work or stolen? The only thing she cared about then was looking at bugs and drawing them.
Блин, там на фото, наверное, что-то было. Все, ничего здесь больше нет.
Weird. Nick was always more a fan of beer than working late.
Ну-ка. Попробую так сделать. Что тут у нас? Все равно. Смотреть стол Ника. О, картина стоит.
Nick's computer is missing. Took it home to work or stolen? The only thing she cared about then was looking at bugs and drawing them. Weird. Nick was always more a fan of beer than working late.
Блин. Стоит, только ее не взять. Хожу туда-сюда, блин. Что толку?
Valid question. Still not sure. They don't even work here anymore. Someone should really clean up this board. Nick's handwriting. Always paranoid about forgetting things.
О, архив можно
Find a
открыть.
code I could get in here.
Вот. Где-то что-то было. А. Блин, там на фото, наверное, было что-то. Ты где я возьму код из этого? Один, два, три, четыре. Угу. Один, два, три, четыре.
Nope. And with something like 10,000 combinations, I doubt I'll stumble on it. It was a good guess, just not the right one.
Где же мне взять код? Где взять код? Здесь посмотрим. 31-21. Попробуем. 21. 21.
Thanks, Bug.
Hey.
Your obsessive snooping pays off. Nick always kept extensive records of his work. He was almost obsessive. How could there be so little information regarding his last investigation? Nick was looking into the impact the closure of the mine had on Basswood. But what was he looking for? Nick was traveling all over. Train tickets, hotel bills, out of state even. He was tracking something, or someone. Nick had a contact. Same name as in the email. He was onto something big. What Nick was looking into was something big and dangerous. It's why he was so careful.
Все, можно валить.
Did you come to the logical conclusion to this mess we're in? Just a hint. We should get out of town immediately. Nick was in over his head. Working on his own might have ended badly for him. Exactly. Like I said, you should get out of town. And the details of Nick's death, it doesn't sound like him. 2 years is a long time, Sam. He may have changed more than you know. Changed decade-long habits? I need to go to the crash site. Just remember, if you're right...
Sam? What's happening? Dennis. That's Dennis. What happened? Is he...
Anna,
Is
listen
he...
to me. Anna, I did not kill Dennis.
Oh my God, no. It's... How could this happen?
He died last night. Hours ago. Not much we can do right now. He asked me to meet him here after, but I was so drunk I arrived late. And the person that actually showed up killed him.
Person? Sam, you were clearly hiding something when we talked at the cafe. Was it this?
Anna, I didn't kill Dennis. I promise.
Of course, I know that. It's the only reason I'm not running for my life, but why haven't you said anything? At least to me. I wish you trusted me. It won't look good. We need to call the police.
They'll think I killed him. I thought I did at first. I have no alibi.
This is not about you. Dennis had a family. They have to know what happened. It's the right thing to do. Do you want Walter to find his body come Monday?
She has a point. Someone is gonna find him eventually. Involving the police would only slow us down. I'll be more efficient on my own. Efficient and possibly friendless. You already decided not to trust Anna about the shirt back at Christina's. If you don't listen to her now, what will she think of you?
Угу. Уехать сразу? Звонить в полицию? Ну да, и на меня все. Да и уехать тоже на меня все сопрут. Ладно, давай попробуем. Позвоним в полицию. Мне кажется, хреновая эта идея.
Okay, but not that phone. Use one of the landlines here and don't leave your name.
You remember I'm a journalist, right? I know how to keep things confidential.
Also, I think whoever did this might be linked to Nick's accident.
This is about Nick? The crash?
I'm going to the crash site to confirm my suspicions.
Sam, I'm not sure this is a good idea, going on your own like that.
I'd like you to come with me. Whatever I find, I don't want to face it alone.
Okay. You didn't trust me with all this at the cafe, but I am trusting you. Let me call the police from a landline real quick before we go.
Вроде пока неплохо.
Here we are.
It barely looks like anything happened.
It's been a week, but we'll find something. I know we will.
Is it okay if I stay here? I don't think I'm ready to...
Sure. I doubt I'll be good company anyway.
You mean you're over-focused to the point of non-reactive thing? I remember, especially how you always end up being right somehow. I hope. I don't know what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, me neither. This is the place.
Место аварии.
Nick, I'll get to the bottom of this. First, gather the clues. Cold, hard, plain facts. That's the only way I'll know what really happened.
Так. Смотреть место аварии. Осмотрим мы место аварии в следующий раз. Спасибо, что смотрел. До скорого. Увидимся.